Welcome to a video where I showcase 3 things that you may or may not know. Some of these facts may be in plain sight to older players, but to those who are new to the franchise, these may be in fact the first time that they are hearing about them. Let's get started. Starting things off relatively simple, did you know? In Garden Warfare 2, the lunar landing map holds a secret within its loading screen that's been hiding in plain sight for the past 7.5 years that's not been noticed until recently by the Frostbite modding server. I would like for you to take a close look at the loading screen, take in all the details. Now, allow me to head to roughly the same location as the loading screen and aim the camera so that it's pointing in the correct direction. Now, when we go back and forth between the 2 screens, notice how something seems to be missing. If you haven't spotted it yet, I can't blame you, none of us really have until now, and that fact is that in the loading screen for lunar landing, the center Space Z building is completely missing. Like seriously, how the fuck do you manage to forget about an entire fucking building when rendering a loading screen? But yes, in the lunar landing loading screen, this building just straight up does not exist, and thus, the user can see where the floor texture suddenly ends, likely because that is where the building is supposed to be. Yet PopCap in their infinite wisdom somehow forgot about it whilst rendering the loading screen. Secondly, did you also know? Back during the launch of Garden Warfare 2, the Tank Commander variant used to be extremely powerful when paired with the infinite ammo crazy setting. Back then, his weapon actually could fire at a maximum speed of 550 rounds per minute, which when paired with the infinite ammo setting, making him theoretically the strongest character in the entire game, since no weapon could come close to his damage output. Though for whatever reason, in the Trouble in Zombopolis Part 1 patch, they lowered his rate of fire down from 550 to a sluggish 45, effectively killing off the power he had. This made 0 sense, since this power was only locked behind private play, and mystery portals didn't exist back then, so their need to nerf it is rather strange to say the least, and we cannot say for certain what their ideas were back then. Staying on topic with the launch of Garden Warfare 2. Lastly, did you know? Electr Brains used to be an almighty god back during the first few months of Garden Warfare 2's release. This was mainly down to 2 factors. Firstly, his beam weapon could be used for significantly longer periods of time and had a shorter penalty. But by far the biggest factor is the chain lightning damage. As shown here, any enemies nearby the victim you struck with your beam would be hit with 15 damage at a rapid pace. This essentially killed any pocket healers, and any kind of group would instantly be dismantled because of how utterly broken his beam was. Thankfully, this was addressed in the aforementioned update, where his chain lightning damage was reduced from 15 down to 5, making it much more fair to fight against, and makes grouping up against him not so much of a literal fucking death sentence.